Hey everybody, welcome to This Week in Goldmaking. I'm making this on Saturday instead of Friday. I meant to do it yesterday, but anyway, uh, kind of going through the list, I actually sold a turbocharged flying machine, which is kind of um, a great thing. I made some good gold on it. Sold for 60K, and it looks like the person that bought it relisted it for 500K. So good luck with that. Um, One of the problems with this is that it requires Outland Engineering 75, but um, I guess, learn it. So I don't know if that also means you need that in order to ride it. But if you've got Outland, if you got that skill level, then you should be able to make it anyway. So I'm not quite sure what the reasoning is behind the high price on that. So anyway, I'm probably going to make another one because I don't have it. So might as well make it. Might as well make it and learn it if it doesn't sell. But that's a good sell. I also sold. Let me see, a flying machine. So yeah, there it is. So flying flying machine. So I've sold quite a bit of these, and I think in the last 30 days, um, I've even sold. Let's see, yeah, one, two, three, four, five, six. So I mean, I've sold six of these flying machines, which cost about 1,000 each to make, for quite a bit of money. I don't think I wish I could. So I mean, that's about 40, 50,000. So I've basically made the same amount of gold probably selling these flying machines that hardly anybody makes because they're kind of cheap to make, and that's the first thing you learn, and nobody really, for whatever reason, there's typically not a lot of competition with it. So it actually might make sense to make a flying machine instead of this, which all you need is Outland Engineering 1 to be able to learn. And and anyway, you do the math, I guess. Um, so yeah, like I said, sometimes things make a little bit more sense to make something that's cheap for people, and you'll sell a lot of them instead of something really really expensive that takes a long time to sell. So anyway, um, let's see. In other news, I reset the price on Death Blossom because I'm kind of thinking that that with did I misspell that or something? I've noticed this the other day. Shadowlands herbs. I guess maybe I misspelled it, but anyway, I've noted. I reset it to like six gold, um, or I bought everything from 6 gold down and reset it because I'm kind of thinking that missives are going to be the hidden seller of stuff. Everyone's probably going to be focusing on um, the legendaries, getting those crafted, and then yeah. See, sorry, just another thing. Let's go ahead and buy that so that. Um, so I'm kind of thinking if I can sell a lot of missives and get them cheap, and um, that might be a better way to play the whole legendary market. Since a lot of people are probably going to be recrafting, they're going to need missives. So I'm just trying to get prepared for that. Um, Let me see. Let me look at my notes. I use a formula for determining the price of umbral ink, umbral pigment, and um, luminous pigment. So let me take a look at that. And I probably need to do like a completely a separate video for this. So let's look at luminous pigment. So a while back I worked out the math that if you take 10 Death Blossom, and I use a custom string for Death Blossom and Nightshade. So if you take 10 Death Blossom and 1 Nightshade, you divide that and you mill that. You divide it by 3 because you're getting 3 different. The idea is you're getting 3 different pigments out of it, and then you multiply that by 1.8, which I think is, if you add up, you get like you get so much pigment out of each of these components that it comes out to 1.8. So I don't know, I'll have to do a video on it, of my reasoning behind it. So that's how I come up with the price for luminous pigment. So anyway, but the idea is that you're milling 1 Nightshade for every 10 Death Blossom. So I'll make a note to do a video on that, explaining my reasoning. And then Nightshade, I think, which is the other component, which is what you get the tranquil pigment out of. Let's see. Yeah, I've just got like a regular. I'm sorry. I don't want tranquil pigment. So that I use like this number 3.3 times the price of Nightshade, or I'm using this other formula here, which is basically how much tranquil pigment you get out of milling the 10 to 1 value. So I got a couple of sales here already. Great. Let's see, there was a bit of controversy, a little bit of drama on the Discord server. Some guy was wanting, what he wants is, so he's gone to his crafting, and hit restock, or and it told him, okay, hey, go craft something like this feast. And so he goes out to look at the prices out here, and it's like, well, this is not what it, this is, let's see, this price here is not what his value is, what TSM is telling him. It's like way overpriced. So the thing is TSM isn't getting the latest stuff off the auction house to determine the price, and there's a problem with thinking that it should, because first off, you're going to have to be at the auction house. So imagine if you wanted to craft a spiritual healing potion, because there's like a 20 gold profit, and it's currently selling at like 32 gold. So that's not bad, and Death Blossom is priced at, your price, somebody, just bought out all the Death Blossom, at 6 gold, and the next price up is, 12 gold. So now you go out to the auction house, and Death Blossom, you can't buy Death Blossom. So you run into this issue of well, the thing is TSMs can't necessarily know that Death Blossom's all been bought out. It's just getting a snapshot of what was on the auction house, up 1 or 2 hours ago, as the Blizzard API updates the information. So the only other option that you would be able to handle this in is if you wanted to do something what this guy was wanting, it would be to scan the entire auction house and store all that data into a file, and then you would just say, okay, hey, go craft this, and it would be able to look and see, okay, well, you can buy all this stuff. And anyway, I'm kind of rambling here, but it just, I think it would probably just incredibly slow down your system to a point where it's not really worth it. You could do it for maybe one item or two items, but imagine you have a list of 1,000 items, and it's kind of trying to go through each one and looking at every single crafting agent in there, and then it's got to determine the number that's needed for the amount that you need. And maybe in one sense it's like, hey, you want to craft 200 spiritual healing potions, but there's only enough Death Blossom out there to craft 199. Does TSM say, oh, okay, well, you can't craft 200, so that's not profitable, because like the 200th or the whatever the last potion you create would mean you'd have to buy that Death Blossom that's like 400,000, so that just makes it unprofitable. So anyway, probably the best thing to do is just buy your materials on a regular basis. See what the price should be set at. Make sure your material price is set to what your buy price is, your smart average buy. And as you kind of run out of stuff, then you just kind of adjust your price accordingly to where you want it. So that way you're basically, you don't have to go out ever to the auction house and buy stuff at like a really, really high price. So let's see. And then last, there was so there's one thing that sells pretty good, these Tome of Illusions. Somebody listed a bunch of them out there for like really low prices, so I snagged them up, and so my goal is to resell them, and so that was kind of a good deal. And then just overall, just still selling let's see, 7 days. So overall, a lot of the sales this week have been, in the legendary market, but I'm still making sales here and there with other things. Let's get rid of vendor. Get rid of those. So I mean, pretty good sales, and then you can see lots of little things here and there. So it never hurts to diversify, to sell, to boost your sales and other things. Light step hoof plates are a good seller. Anyway, I think that's mostly it that I wanted to cover. And anyway, I hope y'all like the video. Thanks.